A show so big, it's too big for one night. Yet apparently, it's too much for a live crowd. I wasn't sure whether or not I was actually going to do this, but I decided to go ahead and do this. I'm reviewing night number 1 of WrestleMania 36. 36, god damn. Hard to believe 30 years ago I watched the Ultimate Warrior beat Hulk Hogan for the title. And here we are, WrestleMania 36. Taking place from the Performance Center. You know what? I'm just going to shoot the shit and just be brutally honest like I always am. But call me crazy, but I actually enjoyed this night of wrestling. Is this a show worthy of being called WrestleMania? Probably not. You need a live crowd. I mean, regardless of if you're performing in front of true fans or if you're performing in front of a bunch of smarks, the live crowd is always a plus. The fact that they did this in an empty building just for the sake of giving us a WrestleMania, because they didn't know if they should postpone it or cancel it and everything. I would have perfectly understood if they had postponed it. If they had canceled it, then we probably would have had some problems throughout the fan base and everything. But a postponing, I would have understood. But I will give the WWE props in a way that they went ahead and gave us a show that they, as best as they could. I didn't watch the pre-show because I didn't care. I just wanted to start watching the show as it was. Now, my opinion might be a little different than some other opinions throughout YouTube or throughout social media and everything like that. I don't care about that either. It's just how I felt. If you agree with me, great. If you don't agree with me, that's fine. But honestly, while this night was far from perfect, this was actually a really entertaining night for me. You know, and I have not been watching the Raws and the SmackDowns that have taken place in the empty buildings. I just keep up with it with like small little clip videos on YouTube, or I just read the results on Facebook or whatever and say, okay, this person won this match, this person won this. Okay. Yeah. Or I just watch like little clip compilations on YouTube just to keep me up to date on what's going on. But this was the first time I actually sat down and actually watched an empty wrestling show. This is the first time I remember watching an empty arena show since Halftime Heat between The Rock and Mankind. Yeah, I'm that old. But the show starts with the Women's Tag Team Championship match, and I thought, this is the right place for this match. Give us a match that we know we're probably going to like watching and have it open the show. I thought this was, I agreed with having them open the show with this match. And I'll be damned. If there was a star to this match, it was Nikki Cross. Nikki Cross was awesome. Maybe 1 or 2 false finishes that I could have lived without. I was thinking I was going to hate the Doomsday Device false finish, but I was like, you want to build up Nikki Cross? That's how you do it. But the Insane Elbow and the Twisted Bliss false finishes, those were alright. But, you know, Asuka and Kairi Sane, the Kabuki Warriors, they really brought it. Alexa was fine where she was, but Nikki Cross was fantastic.
Sorry, I don't know that.
If you heard that, I accidentally activated my echo dot behind the camera. Whoops. Little botch in the show. Let's keep going. But for the sake of not turning on my echo dot, I'm going to refer to her as Bliss. But Bliss and Cross did a fantastic job. They won the tag team titles. The Kabuki Warriors did good. I loved the Japanese trash talking from Asuka and Kairi Sane. That was one thing throughout this entire night that I actually dug. I dug all the trash talking throughout the matches. You know, with there being no crowd there, they had to, you know, try and keep some form of kayfabe with the trash talking throughout the matches. But my God, Bryan Zayn was right. Make this a drinking game where you take a drink every time you hear the word bitch, you're going to get in the hospital. He was right. I lost count of how many times I heard the word bitch throughout this night. It's just like, bitch, 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 bitch. But Bliss and Cross won the tag team titles. I'm good with that. Furthers their story, making the inevitable breakup between those two that much more captivating. If you're going to break up Bliss and Cross, it needs to be done in front of a live crowd so you can get a really genuine reaction. So I'm glad that they didn't tease any breakup. They didn't do any breakup. They just stuck forward with it. I was like, good. That's what they needed to do. And then we go to King Corbin and Elias. I did not give a fuck about this match. I didn't. I didn't give a damn about the build, the fall, the edited fall that they did with Elias on the SmackDown before that. I thought that was pretty decently executed. But then again, you have Elias coming out just with tape on his shoulders, not selling a damn thing hardly. And this match really, if I'll be honest, had no business being on a WrestleMania card. This felt like your opening match to an episode of SmackDown. Or, if anything, a 1 hour main event episode, a 1 hour main event match on an episode of SmackDown. This was not a WrestleMania worthy match. Elias won. Who gives a fuck? Let's move on. All throughout the night, there was also Gronk and Mojo Rawley, as if you cared about that. I mean, Gronk brought some energy when he introed WrestleMania, but you barely saw him in any other spots. You had Sami Zayn and Daniel Bryan for the Intercontinental Championship. Okay, here's where I'm thinking I might get diversity here. I liked this match, and I was fine with who won. And in case you don't hear it, my dog's barking. But you had Sami Zayn going in as the cocky chicken shit heel champion. And I'm thinking, this is awesome. This is classic old school chicken shit heel heat right here. Seeing how he performs, how he talks a big game and then he runs away and hides, it kind of made me think of guys like Danny Davis and Jimmy Hart. For those of you who don't know who Danny Davis is, go watch WrestleMania 3, watch his match involving the British Bulldogs, and just enough said. Just watch it. When I looked at Sami Zayn's performance here at WrestleMania 36, it made me think of Danny Davis at WrestleMania 3. Where Danny Davis just got the absolute shit beaten out of him, and he still ends up winning the match. I mean, British Bulldog had Davis. He spikes him with one of the damnedest tombstone pile drivers I've ever seen in my life. Hits him with a running power slam, and Danny Davis, by hook or by crook, still found a way to win the match. Fuck, man, that was awesome. But Sami Zayn's performance is like the trash talking, the stuff involving Drew Gulak and Shinsuke Nakamura and Cesaro. That stuff was good. But seeing Daniel Bryan just like almost to the point of torturing Sami Zayn, and seeing Sami Zayn acting like he's about to cry during this match, and then seeing him win in a chicken shit heel fashion, I thought, this is great. Normally, I would like to have seen Sami Zayn get his comeuppance, but I'm thinking, wait a minute. The WWE did this on purpose, because if you think about it, think about this. For those of you who are thinking Daniel Bryan should have won, Sami Zayn's a chicken shit cowardly heel, he should have dropped the belt. Hold on a minute. Hold on. Think about it from this perspective. Would you rather see Sami Zayn get his comeuppance and get the shit beat out of him in front of no one? Or would you rather see him get the absolute ever-loving fucking shit beat out of him and get his comeuppance in front of a live crowd? Think about the kind of reaction you would get if Sami Zayn got his comeuppance in front of an audience. We're talking about the possibility of recreating a pop that is almost equal to Ultimate Warrior squashing the Honky Tonk Man. You have a chance to do that. Continue building up this heat you have with Sami Zayn. Continue brewing it. Continue building it up. And when you're finally able to perform in front of a live crowd again, that's when you do it. That's when you do the switch. That's when you make the title change, and that's where you have Sami Zayn get his comeuppance in front of an audience. Get the crowd to really hate him. Get the crowd to really hate him, and just throw anybody at him. I don't give a shit who it is. If you want to go Daniel Bryan, then go with Daniel Bryan. If you want to go with Drew Gulak, then go with Drew Gulak. Make up a story to where they are building up weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks to finally get their hands on Sami Zayn. And when the title change happens and Zayn gets his ass whipped and you're in front of a live crowd, can you imagine what kind of a reaction you could get? So them having Sami Zayn retain, I was perfectly fine with it. I thought it was the right move to make. And during all this fiasco we had, R-Truth dropped the 24/7 title to Mojo Rawley in case anybody cared. But I just realized I skipped over the third match, and that was Becky Lynch defending the Raw Women's Championship against Shayna Baszler. Wow, how the mighty have fallen. We have Becky Lynch, who main evented WrestleMania 35 last year. Now she's on the third match on the card against Shayna Baszler. I was expecting one of two outcomes. Either one, you have Shayna Baszler dominate Becky Lynch and beat her in quick fashion. Or two, you have a competitive match, but you still have Shayna Baszler win after Becky Lynch gets a few hope spots in. We got neither one of those. We got Becky Lynch getting a lucky win, and you have Shayna Baszler looking like a complete dumbass. Seriously, what the fuck was this? The fuck was this? You want to talk about instantly devaluing someone's push. You want to talk about instantly killing off momentum. You had a hell of a lot of momentum behind Shayna Baszler. I watched the Elimination Chamber show. I watched that match where she pretty much killed 5 other talents inside that cage, and we had those awkward moments of just her standing around in the cage doing nothing. But you built her up in this pay-per-view. You made her so dominant. You literally sacrificed 5 other talents to put this bitch over, and you throw her in there, and she fucking jobs to Becky Lynch in a lucky roll-up fashion where Shayna Baszler looks so distraught that she's just like, oh, I lost. I'll leave now. Kayfabe! I'm thinking, what is stopping Shayna Baszler from being the sore loser and beating the fucking shit out of Becky Lynch anyway? Thus, you draw more heat towards a rematch. What the fuck was this? This was easily the worst match on this night. The worst possible finish you could do. The wrong person won. Talk about a momentum killer. Shayna Baszler's, her momentum and her push were just killed like that. You had 5 talents and an entire pay-per-view built around making this bitch dominant, making her powerful, making her a monster. And you just threw her in there and say, okay, beat on Becky Lynch a little bit, she's going to beat you, and you're going to sit in the corner and look like you're going to fucking cry. She's done. Shayna's done. What is the point of building a rematch between the two of them now? The babyface has already overcome the obstacles. What is the fucking point of continuing the storyline? What's the point? Why? Why should we care if they do another match or build up another match between the two? Now, why should we, as an audience, give any fucks? We don't. I don't. Fuck this match. Fuck that finish. If I was doing star ratings, 0 stars. Fuck this match. Alright. And then after we had Sami Zayn and Daniel Bryan, next up was probably one of the oddest matches on this card. That was the triple threat singles match for the SmackDown Tag Team titles. Miz was sick. He got took out. So we're like, okay, we'll have Morrison, Jimmy Uso, and Kofi Kingston. Kofi Kingston, who won the WWE World Heavyweight Championship at last year's WrestleMania, is now in a ladder match for a tag team strap. With no partner. In front of no one. Oh God. However, I will say, this match pleasantly surprised me. I loved this match. This match was fantastic. My favorite parts of this match was the trash talking and the insane spots from John Morrison. Usually I'm against the overuse of high spots and no selling and everything, but when you're having a gimmick match like a ladder match, you can get away with it. But to me, my favorite spot of the entire match was when they had that ladder in the middle and they had a ladder along another ladder on the rope, and you had Jimmy Uso throw Kofi Kingston face first into the ladder, and he goes, "Yeah, eat that, Kofi. Flatten your face like a pancake, boy." I rolled. I laughed so hard. That was fucking great. I loved that spot. That was my favorite spot of the whole match. I dug this match. I really did. And I loved the finish. It was a nice, what kind of a finish are we going to get kind of finish, where you had all 3 guys literally pulled the apparatus off the hook and the belts are still hanging there, and all 3 of them got, I was like, oh, please, God, do not tell me they're going to have one of the guys fall off and the other 2 guys are going to be declared the tag team champions. That's where I thought they were going. That's where I thought they were going. And you get the double headbutt from Kofi and Jimmy Uso, and John Morrison pulls the belts off as he's falling down, and he wins the match. Awesome finish. Great match. Pleasantly surprised me. And the trash talking added to it. Fun match. You had Seth Rollins versus Kevin Owens. Or should I say, KO Mania versus the White Ranger. Seth Rollins coming out with that certain kind of robe. I'm like, okay, religion and pro wrestling don't always mix really well, so be careful there, okay? I was like, power. And then I remember then I remember a sign that I saw years ago describing Seth Rollins. Power Ranger Weasel Jesus. I was like, yes, that's it. It's Kevin Steen versus the Power Ranger Weasel Jesus in Seth Rollins. I loved this match. This match, though, did feel like a Monday Night Raw match. It just happened to be in a building that said WrestleMania all over it. But my God, this match was fun. I liked it. I liked the trash talking, and I liked all the groans and that both men were doing throughout the match. Seth Rollins was gold with his trash talking. He's like, "When are you gonna learn, Kevin? Huh? When are you gonna learn? Huh? Tonight I'm a god." And I was like, and the trash talking was really good. Wasn't too happy with the fake out DQ fake finish that they did. And then I was like, okay, something's got to happen. I was expecting Gronkowski to restart the match because, you know, he's the fucking host of the show. You would think him being the host, he has power for one night, or in this case, 2 nights. For this one show, he has the power to do so, and, you know, kind of like the GM kind of shit. But no, they decided to do it themselves, and he's like, Kevin Owens said bitch. Take another drink. But, you know, I was expecting Seth Rollins to just turn around and say, nah. But he's like, you want this, Kevin? When are you going to learn? You asked for it. You know, he just walks back in there, and they just continue to beat the shit out of people. And Seth Rollins is like arguing with the referee. He said, come on, it's no DQ. I can do whatever I want. I can do what I want, right? I can do what I want. okay. He's like, when you gonna learn? You reap what you sow. Bam! And I was just like, oh, that kind of sounds like Dr. Death and Jimmy Jam Garvin. It's like, come on, whack, fuck with me, whack, fuck with me, whack, fuck. Now, obviously, they weren't going to recreate that. But then again, I'm old enough to remember that shit. and then you remember Jim Cornette talking about that spot. I was like, oh man, I would have loved to have, for them to have redone that. Just put in the beeps. It's like, whack, beep, beep with me, whack. I'm having fun doing this review. Then you have Kevin Owens on the WrestleMania sign with a big dollar store Macho Man elbow drop through the table. And Seth Rollins selling was badass. I just loved his constant, he was groaning so hard it almost sounded like he was gurgling. It was just really, really good. This is how you do high spots and selling. You sell it. This was good. And then Owens is like, fuck it. Throw him in the ring, stunner, 1, 2, 3, Kevin Owens wins. Now can we finally please end this fucking feud? And we got the blue Universal Championship match. The Blue Universal title. You know, we got Bill Goldberg versus Braun Strowman. First thing I want to say is huge respect to Roman Reigns for pulling out due to health concerns. I believe, as a man, he did the right thing. You want to think about the health and safety of not only yourself, but the people you work with and the people that you're in there with. So, huge respect for him. I understand. And props to you, Mr. Reigns, or Joe, if you want to shoot. But I wasn't expecting much from this match. Now, to all those people who are saying this is the worst WrestleMania match of all time, did you fucking watch Goldberg and Lesnar at WrestleMania 20? You think this is the worst WrestleMania match of all time? Eat shit! This match was fun. You know, no bullshit, no lockups, none of that shit. Just get to the fucking fighting. Boom, 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 match is over. Great. You're going to have these two guys who you know cannot do a bunch of high spots. You know this is going to be a hoss fight, and this is exactly what it was. Was it a 5-star wrestling match? Fuck no, but it didn't have to be. This match worked for me because it felt like two big hoss guys doing a hoss-style match, and they kept it short and sweet. It was the right thing to do. And props to Braun Strowman for winning the Universal title, although it's too late, and God knows, yay for cyberbullies. You know, Braun Strowman goes on social media and trash talks a bunch of people who are suffering because of this virus outbreak. So instead of punishing him, they reward him with the Universal title. You know, good for them. Doesn't matter. They made a decision. Now let's see where they go with this. Braun Strowman is the Universal Champion. I dug this match. Like I said, is it the greatest? No. Is it the worst? Absolutely not. This felt like a big man versus big man match. No bullshit, just fucking fight and go home. I dug it. Then the main event of the night. The Boneyard match between AJ Styles and The Undertaker. It's just business. AJ kind of came off like a troll. A lot of swearing in this match, and props to both guys because I read that this match took over 8 hours to film. This match was so much fun. This gave me everything I could ever ask for in wrestling. Good action, entertainment, storytelling, character development, a really well-built rivalry. Not the best built, but at least it had some build. Whether you want to work, shoot, or not. But this match was a hell of a lot of fun. I loved the trash talking, that spot where The Undertaker busts his hand through the window and he goes, "Son of a bitch. And there was a moment where AJ, the good Christian man, accidentally slips out a God damn it when he breaks his finger by punching the Undertaker. He's like, God damn it! You make me break my damn finger! AJ's dropping the bitch. So, oh, he said bitch, take a shot. Undertaker gives the one finger salute. The OC interfere with some druids. A whole bunch of brawling. Good theatrics. Good use of pyro. This match was fun, if you even want to call this a match. And I believe they said that this is the Undertaker's record 25th win at WrestleMania. Yeah, the streak is long dead, but the Undertaker's got longevity. And yeah, I am one of those fans that thinks that the Undertaker should retire because he's already given far more than he should have given throughout his career. We're forever grateful for the Undertaker. But when it's time to hang it up, it's time to hang it up. But I will give the man respect. I will give AJ Styles respect. This match was incredible. This match completely contrasts what kind of wrestler AJ Styles is, but he was able to make it work. Even when he kicked the Undertaker square in the penis and fought dirty, this match to me made both men look absolutely incredible. Pardon the pun, but it made AJ Styles look phenomenal. It made The Undertaker look phenomenal. This match was what wrestling should be, and that is fun! It was fun! And this night was fun. Like I said, though, is this a night worthy of being called WrestleMania? In my opinion, not really. But for what it was an entertaining night for wrestling. If you want to call it WrestleMania, then call it WrestleMania. It is in the record books as the first night of WrestleMania 36. You know, you got to give WWE credit on some things. I know I give this company a lot of shit. I know I do. And I know I'm not the only one. But I will give the company credit when they choose to do a show in regards to finding a way to somehow entertain their customers, and they give us a night like this. Would I have preferred it to be in front of a crowd? Absolutely. Even if the crowd's a bunch of smart marks who want to try and hijack the show, having an audience there adds to the aura. It adds to the entertainment. But considering what we got, it was entertaining enough, and I really, really dug it. Now, I will watch night 2, and I will get around to reviewing it when I get a chance to. So, be looking for that. So there's my review of night 1 of WrestleMania 36, and I hope y'all enjoyed it. And if you didn't watch it, I'm sorry I spoiled it for you, but you should know I usually go away from spoilers, but here I gotta talk. I gotta just give it to you straight. This was a fun night. And if you want to watch it, I suggest you go watch it. It was a lot of fun. So please subscribe if you haven't done it already. Give me a like, give me a comment. Tell me what you thought about night 1 of WrestleMania 36. Take care, guys. I'll see y'all later.